Hey guys. Hey everybody over on Facebook land. How are you guys doing? I am doing yet another episode of the Speak Easy interviews, and I am coming to you either live or via the replay because some amazing person shared this out. So for those catching this via the replay, definitely want to make sure that you're sharing this out because somebody somewhere may be able to use this information. And today I will be having my sis on, Miss Stevie Aisha Mills. I'm Stevie for a couple years now. Hey, Letitia. I've known her for a couple years now. I've done some events with her, a summit. I've done some live events. Stevie is so super awesome. But, I titled the message, do you have it? Do you have it? Do you know what it is? So, hey, Stevie.
Hey. Hey, unicorn. Hey, girl.
I am so super excited. I know we had to switch from last week because, of course, I got put into Facebook jail. Yeah, we all know Facebook jail is real. It's a real thing, y'all. But I'm super excited that we were able to reschedule and get you on for today. Oh my goodness, when I think about just the journey from it's been about 2 years now. It has. It's been about 2 years. And when I think about the journey from the beginning until now, and you were just starting out with doing Rock Your It Factor and helping women to find their it factor. And then, at that time, I was somebody who, in my little shy, introverted way, I was like just kind of peeking through the curtains, trying to figure some things out about what I wanted to do. So Stevie, tell them a bit about what you do, and then we'll get into the conversation a little deeper.
Awesome sauce. Well, hello, Altovise. Hello, ladies. Thank you, Tiara, for the compliment on my earrings, girl. I love these. But hello. I am Stevie Aisha Mills, and I am like a lot of things. I'm a coach, I'm a speaker, I'm an author. I also host a podcast on iHeart Radio entitled The Conversation with Stevie. But at the end of it all, my mission, my vision, my purpose is truly to empower, inspire, educate, and motivate women by equipping them with the tools to succeed, love their lives, and rock their it factors. And so that's who I am. That is truly who I am. And I'm excited to be here because I love you, Altovise. You know you have a special place in my heart.
Yes, we have been rocking out for 2 years, and like I said, I spoke in Roanoke when you did the event in Roanoke, but also when you did telesummits before that, I was a part of that as well, and that was actually some of the beginning stages for me, getting into speaking and really honing in on my particular it factor, because guess what? We got to be real. When it comes to the it factor, a lot of times it's connected to something we've been through, and we don't always want to talk
that. Yes, ma'am.
Let's be real. We don't always want to talk about that part, but it's really expanded since then, and I've seen you expand and grow since then, and I've expanded and grown since then. So when you think about the there till now, that first book to all the many that have come after it, what has been your greatest accomplishment? What do you feel as though it's been your greatest accomplishment?
That's a powerful question. That's a powerful question. And I really, the accolades are great, and thank God I have tons of them. That's the Lord. But I think my greatest accomplishment truly is falling in love with being Stevie Aisha Mills. I think that was when my journey now is to really help women find the courage and confidence to sign the permission slip to their ideal lives. And I think when I first signed my permission slip to my ideal life and really said, this is who I am, this is how I show up, this is who I desire to be in life and business, then that's when you really saw a switch, I'm sure, because that's when I said, I'm showing up and I'm showing out. And the greatest accomplishment, because none of the rest, none of the accolades, none of the books, none of the speaking engagements, iHeartRadio, none of that would have been able to come if I didn't first say, I love the chick that God created me to be.
Exactly. And so I love how you put it. So guys, if you heard that, I'll repeat it just in case. Sign your permission slip to be who you are.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to be the unicorn. It's okay to be, Stevie Aisha Mills. It's okay to be just who you are because God made you special, completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of times we don't want to be singled out. We don't want to be, kind of pushed to the side and, that person. We don't want to be that person. But in being that person, Stevie, how many women have you connected with and allowed them, given them the pen to sign the permission slip for their life?
Woo! I don't even know. Like, I don't even think I would be able to quantify that, because there are women who I meet on a daily basis who say thank you. So I have no I have no clue. I know that this year in 2017, God blessed me to serve 50 women in a closed community called I Love My Life Ambassadors. So I do know that quantifiable number, but as far as I have no, and the thing about me is that I really love to build on quality. I always talk about quality versus quantity. So it's funny, like a lot of people will tell you about these numbers, and I'm just like, as long as I impact one. And I think that's part of the realization that had to come too, because, I am a high achiever, overachiever, however you want to say it. I am that, I am she. And so when you say that, it's kind of like, the old me was more like, let me keep these numbers up. I don't care how I impact you. Let me keep these, almost like ratings. Let me keep these things up. But now I'm just like, Lord, let me just, whoever you got for me, whether it's a big number or a small number, let me just show them who you are.
Exactly. And it's funny you to say that, because I know that earlier this year in Indianapolis, I literally had a woman who had been following me for about a year and a half. And she had never spoke up before. She had never, purchased a book or anything like that. But she said, you got me through some of the most difficult times in my life. And I thank you for that.
Wow.
And it's like, when you think about those stories and that impact that we have, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely amazing. And I know that I've seen that impact from what you've been doing. Again, you have, of course, the I Love My Life ambassadors. It's a ton of them out that are doing some phenomenal things. I know I saw Dr. Porter in the comments, and I saw Mama Mills.
Yeah. Yes.
But that's the other thing, is that you can't really say how far the reach is, because we don't know. I know with this platform, with Facebook Live, I know with Periscope, we reach so many different people globally on a regular basis. Every time we go live, somebody somewhere is, joining us that may have never seen us before. Somebody somewhere is joining us that never knew our name. And, I often tell people, on this journey, you're kind of in this race. And in this race, there's going to be spectators on the side. And they may not know you specifically, but they're cheering you on. They're cheering you on. So who do you feel as though was your, well, I know mom is number one.
Yes.
So after mom, who has been your biggest cheerleader when it comes to you being an author?
Being an author, wow. I think I love Dr. Madeline Porter. She is my coach, my minister, my big sister. She has a lot of different in my life. She plays a lot of huge roles. And so she actually published the latest book that launched, The Pieces of My Platform. And I see Carol Craven on here. Shouts out to Carol. She's one of the authors in that book. But I definitely would say, as far as cheering me on and saying we got to get this work done, I would shout out Dr. Marilyn.
Definitely. I love it. I love it. Hey, Angela. Hey, Carol.
Yes,
Hey, sis.
hi,
And
ladies.
congratulations, guys, again. So, guys, if you're catching us for the first time, thank you so much for joining us. This is Speak Easy, where I interview authors and speakers and give you the behind the scenes of what it is to be an author or a speaker. Now, I love what Stevie has been doing in connecting women, but there's something specific that I wanted to talk about. So if you haven't done so already, share out the broadcast, because somebody somewhere may need this information. Now, I know that for me personally, I've been a part of one anthology.
Mm-hmm.
And so it wasn't the best of experiences for me, but I know that anthologies give you a great opportunity as an author because
Mm-hmm.
it puts you on a platform. So what has been your experience with doing an anthology? And you just completed a new one, so tell them about that one as well.
Awesome. Let me reframe because this tripod. But yeah, so anthologies, I personally love anthologies, and I think because I started my journey as an author in an anthology, and so in that purpose, I think I've been in like 5 or 6 since then. And they are always interesting experiences. They really are. They are. In my latest anthology, the pieces of my platform, we did it specifically with the women who wanted to say yes from the I Love My Life ambassadors community. And so for me, anthologies are truly about collaboration, and my brand is built largely on connection and collaborating. And so the pieces of my platform is truly the opportunity to showcase the women who said yes. It's about them. It's yes, Dr. Porter, my coach says yes, they are interesting, and I learned a
Yes, they
lot in this
are.
position, but they truly are, because of the fact that you have all these different personalities you have got to work with. You've got all these different people who, like, oh my goodness, they want things done their way. So I've seen the good, bad, ugly, and indifferent of anthologies. The pieces of my platform, I love that book because it does showcase the women. um, I personally wrote the foreword. I don't even have a chapter in this book. That's a surprise that a lot of people didn't know. Even my mama, she was looking for my chapter. But I wrote the foreword because I wanted to have this as their platform to launch. Because a lot of times, when you need something to launch from. I'm sure you can understand that, Altovise,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that, and I know that. A lot of times you want to say, and I wanted to celebrate them for taking this leap to say, this is the platform that I am launching from. This is the story that I went through. This is my testimony, but it is not where I'm stopping. This is how I'm creating books and, events, and, for Carol is a wonderful caterer. So I'm doing this culinary art business. So this is my platform. These were my pieces, yes, and they were not always pretty, but guess what? I'm utilizing them to build.
That's powerful right there. That's powerful. I may not always be ready, but I'm utilizing them to build. And I think that was the thing that made me say, okay, I'm going to try it again. Even though it wasn't so great in the past, I'm going to try it again. We shall see. But it's because, yeah, this is the building blocks of
Mm-hmm.
success.
Mm-hmm.
When we look at what women are doing, when we look at what those who are in the levels that we're trying to achieve and we're trying to reach, it's because of the leverage. It's because of the community. It's because of them saying, I'm going to hold somebody's hand. It's because of them saying, okay, we're going to do this together. And it may not be the easiest. We may have some bumps and bruises along the way, but when we get to the end result, that's what's going to be the focus, is that end result.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's been one of the things that I was like, okay, it made me rethink the whole anthology idea.
Good.
But yes,
I
I
hear
was
so
trying
many
anthology for a
different
while,
reports about
y'all. I think for
anthologies.
about a year.
Yeah. Yeah. I think just try it one more time. Just one more time. because I do hear I hear women all the time talking, and it is. You got to be ready. You got to be ready to take that anthology step, especially as a visionary author. This is your vision, and you've got to stay committed to your vision. Now, the contributor, normally what I do is write my chapter, send it in, and move on. And I'm a say I'm in this book. We're gonna help it be marketed. But as a visionary, it's a different space because that's your vision. Now we know that everybody cannot see our visions like we could see our vision. So when we put it on paper, they're gonna bring all parts of their and pieces of their vision. But the thing is, in anthology, if you allow it to, can cause division. But you need to just make sure that you're staying strong in your vision.
That's it. And you got to stand strong in your vision. Now, with you saying that, Stevie, what was your vision in the beginning? Did you always see yourself coming back to doing anthologies? Or in the beginning, was it just, I'm going to do this first one, and that's just going to be my springboard into doing what I got to do for me?
That's a great question. I love these questions,
coming
girl.
back and wanting to do more anthologies?
Woo! I didn't want to beginning. I never wanted to do. That was not my goal to do an anthology. To be quite honest, that was not. God really said to me. God said to me, because the anthology, that the first one, Cultivating Your IT Factor, was birthed after 24 Hours of New Beginnings Power, which was a I was during that time. The publisher of Cultivating Your IT Factor was one of the speakers, and so we were talking about doing a book, and I was like, Lord, well, anthology would be cool, but I don't know. I want to do me. This was just Stevie. And so God literally, I went to bed and I woke up and I was like, I want to do an anthology. So we changed the whole thing. We invited some of the speakers in who were in that summit. Shouts out to Dr. Marilyn Porter. She was an author in Cultivating Your IT Factor. Some great, great women have been in Cultivating Your IT Factor. And that birthed the IT Factor message. You see I have my IT Factor shirt on, but that birthed the platform. But I never, like, it wasn't something that I woke up to do. And it's funny, I was telling somebody that I like in my life a lot to Forrest Gump. You know how he just kept falling into different places? You know, throughout the whole movie, he was falling into being with the president and falling into this and that's kind of how I live my life. I was following this. I fell into entrepreneurship. But that was the thing. Now, 2018, your girl, I think we're gonna do our first solo book. And so that's truly what it was. But it just made sense with my brand, because I do believe in the art of collaboration. I do believe that successful things can come out from it. But no, it was this anthology situation was God ordained.
She said anthology situation. I can definitely understand that, because when you have a business, listen, it starts out as an idea, but when that thing comes to fruition, when that thing go ahead and it blossoms, man, you're looking at something totally different than the seed that was planted. Mm-hmm. Totally different. Mm-hmm. And so that seed, you thought it was a mustard seed, and it came out as a watermelon.
That
thing, you looking around like, well,
woo. And I think because the IT Factor it's me. I always tell people that I was the girl who went from kindergarten to grad school. The next logical thing was to get a job, or so I thought. And I got really, really, really stressed out on that job, and I got really ill. And so for me, I had to go through 3 colonoscopies within 30 days, 2 within 24 hours. I developed shingles, and I went from a size 14 to a size 0, all because of stress. And so I think the IT Factor, I always tell them, when I talk about the book, when I market the book, I always say, don't buy it from me or my chapter, buy it for the 13 other thought leaders, coaches, speakers who have words that I wish I would have had back in 2009 when I was on that job not knowing what to do. Now, so the IT Factor message resonates so strongly with me because it is me.
Exactly. I love it. love it because it is you. And if you have not met Stevie, you want to definitely connect with her. Of course, when I do the replay, as I put it onto Facebook, guys, on Facebook, on YouTube, you guys will have all of her details for how to find her on social media in the description box. But those who are catching this on replay or live here on Facebook, guess what? All of her stuff will be in the comments. She'll come back and talk to you guys and chat it up a bit. That's something that I really want you guys to understand, is that when we think about the end result, guess what? It never, when we get there, it never looks like what we thought it was going to look like.
I never thought I would be an entrepreneur, to be quite honest. That was not who I was. I really, it's fun. It's gonna sound funny, but Samantha on Sex and the City was a PR. She was a PR girl. For those of y'all who watch Sex and the City, she was all about PR. She was all about confidence. Now she was a little bit wild, but she was confident. And she was in New York. That was who I thought. I was about to be Samantha. I was about to be Stevie in New York. Then I realized I hate cold weather. But none of this right here was supposed to be. This was not even what I thought it was ever going to be. This is all purposed.
Definitely. It was definitely purpose. So, and then when I think about the entrepreneurship part of it, now, I always tell people the behind the scenes of being an author is you are an entrepreneur. It doesn't matter if it's an anthology. It doesn't matter if it's a solo book. You are an entrepreneur. So what's a tip that you would give to an author when it comes to the entrepreneur side of being an author?
Okay, awesome. I'm going to do a tip and a half because I got to talk to my people with anthologies, contributing authors in anthologies. Please do take your chapter, your book, take it to and own it. Own it. Yes, your name might not be the name on the cover. It might not be whatever, but if you're a contributing author, you have ownership of this. So take your chapter and build a brand. It's all about getting your visibility up. It's all about getting hooked on what news media, social media, any type of media, anywhere somebody knows your name. They know, they call, like, I go somewhere, they know the it factor. They know Stevie Aisha Mills. They know just Stevie. I branded this stuff. Even before I knew what branding was, I was talking about it. So as an entrepreneur or an entrepreneur, then you need to really be taking it to the next level and creating products. Like, there is an It Factor course that Dr. Marilyn and I did together. There are t-shirts you can buy. There are other things, because once somebody has your book, then what? What are you going to do? So that's the thing. You have to always be building on whatever your platform is. For me, it's really about helping women to just be themselves. Love what they do, whether it's in entrepreneurship, whether it's on corporate America, it doesn't matter. This is your life. So you got to love it. And that's the thing I think that people forget. So really, really own it. I tell my authors all the time in my books, own this. This is your, now you go and do, this is, yes, there are some parameters, but at the end of the day, you have the freedom to say, this is my message, because it was your message before it got in this book. So you utilize that and truly build upon that and do the interviews, be seen. Don't just have, my good friend Taria Avant says, don't become garage qualified. And garage qualified means to take all these boxes of books and have them in the garage. I don't believe in having a whole bunch of books anywhere. Get them out of your house. Books are money. Books are platforms. Books are, I know it's like 10,000 tips. I'm sorry, Altovise said one, but I get passionate. I get passionate about this because I want us all to be able to utilize. One thing I know for sure, authors and people who are even scared to be authors, look at your life and think about, even as a child, where you got the most information from. It was in those books. So as an author, you get the opportunity to solidify your platform and to take it to the next level and become that thought leader, because people are always looking through books for information. I have countless books that I have not read, but smart people, intelligent people, they buy the book and then they read it later. So yes, that's about 10,000.
Come on. Listen, You can tell the level of somebody's bank account by how many books they have in their library, because when you decide that you're going to go to that next level, you're going to start saying, okay, somebody else did it before me. Let me see how they did
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Somebody else made it there before me. Let me see how they made it there, and then let me mimic that. Let me put my spin on it and be able to achieve the same thing, if not even higher than what they were able to achieve. And so I love that aspect of it. I love reading. Y'all know, any of my clients know I'm always pushing books.
Mm-hmm.
I'm your pusher. I'm always pushing books. Books for you to read each month, book ideas, book opportunities, anything and everything. Why? Because I know the value in books.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think of, I know my favorite author is Dr. Maya
Mm-hmm.
Angelou. When I think of how many books she has written, and now, we can still go back and hear her voice. And even though she is no longer physically here, we can go back and hear her voice by being able to read those books. That just blows my mind. And I set a goal for myself that I want to be able to say that before I leave this earth, I want to have published 100 books.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's a lot. That is a lot. But even if 100 books help 100 people, even if I just get one person per book, I want that to be the impact that I leave. Not just for me, but for my children, my children's children. They're watching. They're watching.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you think of that impact, we always talk about the impact of something. We always talk about the legacy. How do you see what you've done as being a legacy, an opportunity to build your legacy? Now, I have my own idea of it, but I'm not going to say mine first. I'm going to let you say yours first.
Okay.
But how do you feel as though that has, given you that platform for your legacy?
Shouts out to you, Altovise. You better be an interviewer and ask these questions. I love it, honey. That's you rocking your it factor right now. That makes me excited. But legacy, legacy. I think really I help people to have more, and because even legacy is really impacted and imparted in hearts, and you become a better mother or a better sister, better friend, better entrepreneur because you are happier. And I think the products are the byproducts. Like the books are the byproducts of that, but the experience that we all get when God has allowed me to be in certain rooms with people, you don't leave the same way that you entered my presence. And I know that to be true, and I know that to be something that is very unique about me, that is the legacy that I live and leave. And the fact that people are like, I feel like I could do it. Whatever it is, they feel like they can do it and make it happen. So truly just imparting some more of God's goodness in people.
And I know for me, I look at you and I say that the legacy that you're starting to build and that you've been able to start building is that literally not only are you helping the women, but helping women and young girls.
Oh.
And I say that because I know that at the event in Roanoke, my girls were there, and then I know Fatima's girls were there. And the experience was just phenomenal in what they were being able to see, what they were able to engage with. And they were looking around and saying, wow, so this is really an option. There's an opportunity for me to do this. I can actually do something outside of being a lawyer, doctor, or this or that, or this or that. Like I can be me, and I can flow in what makes me happy. From the DJ to them seeing the different women vendors that were there, to them literally being there and listening to the speakers and listening to the stories that were told. They could look around the whole room and say, opportunity is abundant.
Mm. Oh.
But even if before today I didn't have the opportunity, and if it didn't seem abundant to me before today, because of that event, opportunity was abundant. Opportunity was available. And I love that, because I feel as though that is a part of the legacy that you're building, is that you're allowing young girls and women alike to be able to say, opportunity is available. Because we've been told for so long that opportunity wasn't ours. We've been told that we weren't tall enough, we weren't pretty enough, we weren't thin enough, our hair wasn't long enough, we didn't have enough education. We've been told everything. We from the wrong side of the tracks because we were raised in a single parent home. We've been told all of these things to kind of get us to believe that we're not good enough and that opportunity evades us. Like it's out there, but it's not out there for us. And so with Roanoke, I felt like that was the message that was given. It was that the opportunity is available to me. Yeah, Stevie did this, and yeah, this person did that, but the opportunity is available to me as well. And so I love that. I love that.
Oh, you'll make me cry out to me. Talking about, because I do have a soft spot in my heart for like teens. That's where this all started. My whole bit with the teens. So I have a soft spot, and for years, people have been asking me to do this teen conference. So, ladies, if you have any teens, boys or girls, we're gonna figure out something for the boys. But if you have teens, we definitely will be doing something in 2018. We're going to have a teen summit, and I just pray that you just stay in your teen zone, because I understand. I love teenagers. For one, teenagers are old enough to understand. They can understand what you're saying, but they're young enough to still be molded. And for me, that is an incredible opportunity, because I don't believe like the world does that you should write them off and they're crazy, all the stuff. I don't believe in that. I believe in the fact that given the right opportunity, then yes, they can indeed change the world. They are our future. They are the greatest commodity that we could ever invest in. And so, yes, ma'am, I am excited about this conference in 2018. I am excited about just seeing what's going to happen. It is for the young women, but I know that God is going to send some strong man of God to partner with me to get it done, because we do have to look out for our boys too. We can't just always be about the girls. I love girls, and I've always been a woman, so I can help them. But we need men to be able to grow up and say, this good men. We need great men for our women who we are building up.
Definitely, definitely. And so I know that I have a ton of followers that are doing things with some of the young men here on the East Coast. So definitely, if you are interested in connecting with Stevie, connect with her by all means. Send her a message. I would love to see those collaborations and those connections be made. I know that with the event that I'm doing this year, 2018, is the Love My Voice tour, and a part of it is a teen panel. It's an all-girl teen panel, and then it's an all male panel. And I just said, okay, I put it out there, and people were like immediately jumping on it, like, okay, I would love it. I work with foster children. I work with, I would love to bring them to the event. Just keep me updated on dates. And so I'm saying this to you right now, Stevie, because I probably should have asked beforehand, but I think I would love to be able to bring it to Virginia as well.
Come on.
And so, because originally it's a 5-city tour. It's Maryland, Delaware, New York, New Jersey, Maryland, Delaware, New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Ooh, how can I fit it in? And I would love to be able to bring it to Virginia as well. And listen, we already have the teen panel, the teen girls that will be speaking. I already have some gentlemen that have been, already said that they would speak on the panel as well. So it's just a matter of, hey, let's get it down there. Let's get it all over. And my girls are ready to work with Miss Stevie.
Yes. Let's get it done. 2018, I think, is the year of getting it done. And I myself, like you, I've been in 2018, probably half of 2017. My mind has been there. It's like, it's something about that year. I know originally when we were to do this, it was my birthday. So I just turned 39, everybody. And I'm excited about 40. And I think that's why I've been like so excited about 2018, because I hear 40 is freedom. And I am just like, I'm over the moon excited. So yes, let's make it happen. Let's, we'll figure it out what we need to do. But I am all about, like, just the teens, they need us. And they're ones who, especially our boys, society has written them off. Society has written them off, and we have to show them how to be strong people so that they will have the opportunities and chances. And it's sad, some of the stuff that's happening, with the friends and the so-called friends, and with the people who they're supposed to be protected by and be able to call on. So yes, hurt people definitely hurt people, but hurt teens turn to hurt adults.
Exactly. And it's interesting. In Philadelphia, there's so much going on, but with us being here in Maryland, we're in a small town, so it's a different feel. But I remember I look at my children and I'm like, okay, I don't have to be so, scared for them. But I remember my son coming home and just saying to me, he got pulled over by an officer because he was running from, well, we don't have sidewalks. We got streets. No sidewalks, sorry. So he was running, coming from the gas station, running back to the apartment. He had picked something up and he was just running back to the apartment. And an officer just pulled him over. And with everything that has been going on, immediately my mind was like, heart drop. And even when we hear, Gabrielle Union talking about her boys and them doing the challenge, and literally when they came in, she was like, you'll die. They can kill you. That fear is like no other.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine having boys, like having boys in this day and age, when a lot of people, like, that whole driving while black is being even more prevalent than it's ever been, and breathing while black is being even more prevalent than it's ever been. I think we have a call upon our lives, and we have a assignment upon our lives to do our parts and impart.
Definitely. So that just, and because, like I said, because of the area I'm in, it wasn't like I didn't have to be fearful as much, but it was something to think about. I mean, it's a wow. It literally is a wow to think that something could have happened and I would have never known. Like, how would someone have alerted me? How would someone have said something to me? Because my son, he just is plain. Listen, he's had a cell phone. He don't talk on the cell phone. It just kind of is there. He might charge it. He might not charge it.
Wow.
So it's like that. But he just loves life. He's good. And so to think in that moment, I was like, oh my goodness, do I need to make sure that he always has a phone, that he always has it with him, and this and that? Because in that moment, would he have been able to call me and this? And it just, like, I completely went into, my heart just dropped. It dropped all the way down to the ground. And I had to, get myself back together. But I can say that literally. And it's funny because I'm putting this into the book that I'm about to release now. It's called Leverage. It's called the hold my hand concept of family, business, and life. And, as a single mother, there's a whole other mindset to hold my hand, be my support, be my community. Because in that moment, I would have just had to rely on the community. And then when we like I said, I said this yesterday, that as an author, we are an agent of change. And if I can get somebody to understand that through this book, then that would be my, my stepping forward as an agent of change and saying, hey, yeah, when it comes to being a single mother and somebody holding your hand and being your support and being your community, it's a whole lot more than just a woman getting on food stamps. It's a whole lot more than just a woman, having to have childcare. It's a whole lot more to it. And I think that's one of the things that I love about being an author is that we get to be that agent of change for somebody. We get to be that voice for somebody who before that moment would have never opened their mouth to say, I need this. So I love that. I love that part of it. So in saying that, what is your favorite part of being an author?
I think my favorite part of being an author is really just thinking about the fact that I am one, and that might sound strange, but that's not something that I ever thought that I would do. So I understand in that God is limitless. Like, we can't put restraints on God, and the fact that we are able to just do whatever God has put inside of our hearts to do. And to me, that's just an incredible experience. When I look at my life, you know how sometimes you step outside of your life and you look, it's almost like I can't believe what's happening. It's almost like watching a movie, because this is not what I even thought I could ever achieve. This is not what I even ever thought. I knew I was going to be powerful. You know my mama. My mom is the type of mama who makes everybody feel like they could be powerful. But I I knew that was going to be that, but I didn't know like what it was. I never thought I would have a tangible book with my name on it. Like, that's something that came. And now the great thing about it is most of my friends are authors. So that's the good. I have so many books of my friends and I'm like, wow, I have an incredible group of people in my life because they're doing amazing things. So I think really the literal part of being an author is what blesses my life.
Yeah, I know that moment when you get that first book published, it's like, I'm on Amazon.
Exactly.
I'm on Barnes & Noble.
Exactly. And everybody gets so excited. Like, and I think sometimes we have to do stuff that's outside of who we are, simply so that we can ignite the fire in somebody else's life. Like, so many people get excited and I was telling Dr. Marilyn earlier, I was saying I'm excited about all these great things. I really am. But I want to be excited. Like, I am my ultimate cheerleader. I'm like, if Altovise, yes, Altovise, go ahead, girl. Yes, Carol, go ahead, girl. Y'all better do it. Y'all better rock your it factor. I'll be all up in the comments and all giving compliments, like, because when you win, I win. We coming up because that's just the type of chick I am. But it's like, yes, I love cheering on people because we all can win. And when you understand, and that's why I love collaboration so much, because when you understand what collaboration, sorry, somebody try to interrupt our thing. When you understand what collaboration truly is, you understand, like, I don't have to compete with anybody else. I don't have to compete. I just have to be me. I have to rock my it factor. And nobody can rock my it factor. Nobody has what I have. And there's no competition. Do you understand that you're the only person in this whole wide world who is as phenomenal as you are? Like, and that you were custom designed and ordained to be right here, right now. Like, there's not happenstance that we're having this conversation right now. If you think of it in a bigger picture, psychologically and metaphysically, then God ordained this moment to be right now. Not 2 seconds ago, not last week, not 2 years ago, but right this second. And we each have, everybody who's on your path right now had to do the work to be on your path, had to do the work to be here. We all had to get to this point so that we can flourish. And you know, when something is out of order in your life, that means it's not the time for it, and it's okay. So really understanding that, and really understanding that you are who you are because God created you in this magnificent way, then that the author, the speaker, the whatever accolades that come, that's a blessing.
Okay. Not a problem at all. Yes, this has been an amazing conversation. Those of you who are just joining on, this is part 2. So you definitely want to go back over and catch part 1. Stevie Aisha Mills, who is a brand strategist, who is an author of 6 books. She currently has about 6 anthologies that are out. She is an amazing woman. I've worked with her for some time now. We've known each other for about 2 years now. And she's been doing some phenomenal things in her business, in her brand, but she's also been opening up the doorway for other women. And you know that I always tell you guys that literally, what you have to offer is a blood donation. And there's somebody somewhere that's waiting for a blood transfusion. Will you let them live or die? And that's like a decision that we have to make. Am I going to be fearful and let somebody die, or am I just going to battle this fear out in order to make sure that at least another person can live? And so that I love. It's always, I love it. Hey, Kendra. Hey, sis. So, okay. So not only did Facebook kick us off, but then when we came back on, I couldn't hear nothing you said.
Oh my God. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, girl. I was just binding the enemy. The ministerial part of my life was about to take over, because what I do know for sure is that because we are truly saving lives, and because the enemy does not want to see the people, because the enemy does not want these people connected to us to get to the healing that they need. They don't want to see the outside. They want them to see whatever story they still living, and they just want to see that. So yeah, anytime I speak from now on, I just got to pray before I speak, because, and you too, because the power of it is that we are saving lives, and the airwaves and everything else, they're getting jacked up because the enemy doesn't want the people to hear. But the devil is a liar and the father of lies, and I am not scared of what he has to say. He should have killed me way back then in 2009. If he didn't, then honey, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you right now.
He tried it.
He tried it.
He tried it. And it's so, oh my goodness, it's amazing. There's like so many things that we could talk about at this moment. Because even when you're doing that first book, or any book, I talk about some of the blunders that I went through in writing my first book, my third book. Listen, I had some blunders. I uploaded a synopsis of the book because I thought that when you did a pre-order that you had like time to upload the other one. Like I could do it like the day before, not knowing that Amazon sends out the book like the day before. So people got literally the book cover and a synopsis. And I was like, no. So that being said, what is one blunder that you have gone through in publishing books?
Woo, I think the blunders happen in the publishing process, probably with just stuff you might overlook. Like you would have read something a million times and it looked right on the paper because, your mind starts playing tricks with you. So it might not be spelled right, or a word might be omitted and all kinds of stuff. But so we do always, there's no perfect book. There's no perfect book in the world. I bet you if you go to a library, you could just start looking for mistakes. But guess what? Don't worry about the perfection it's done in. Worry about the impact it does have. So I don't look.
Say that again. Say it again. Say it again.
Don't worry about the perfection it's done in. Worry about the impact that it does have. So, because I know a lot of people who may be listening to us right now and get stuck in analysis paralysis, right? And I know that your coach always talks about this, that she heard from me some years ago. And analysis paralysis is of the devil too, because the thing that happens is while we're still worrying about perfection and this and that and the other thing, the world is missing out on our great voices. So, honey, even in that, what you were saying about the upload, at least they got something. They got the cover and they got the synopsis, so they got a little tease of it, so it doesn't matter. But what about the people still stuck? They're not doing anything with their lives. So
Exactly.
they can't talk about you. That's the thing. That's why I always tell all of my mess. I don't have a problem with it, because the thing is, I'm gonna tell my mess before you can tell my mess, because at least I'm gonna tell it right. So that's the
There you
thing.
go. There
I
you
think it's
go.
got me
And I think
fired
a lot
up.
of people they want to hide everything. Everybody wants, they forget, we get so caught up in, when we look at some people on a different platform, we get so caught up in seeing them and saying, oh my goodness, but they have it perfect. They have perfected it. There's no such thing. And I know that one of my clients, she posted in one of our private Facebook groups, Oprah went live and her dog was barking the whole time. And she just posted it and she said, if Oprah can go live and her dog is barking, then what's stopping you?
Woo!
What's stopping you? And she got a couple of zeros in her bank account. She got a couple of zeros in her bank account.
A couple.
Look, a couple commas going on. And if
And
she can do it, even in imperfection, if she can just do it, just to have, be able to talk with people, then what's stopping you? Nothing should be stopping you. And I've seen motivational speakers speak with no arms and no legs. I've seen motivational speakers be quadriplegic and be a speaker and be an author. I've seen these things happen. I've seen them with my own eyes. So if I've seen someone who has no legs and no arms go and speak before hundreds of people, then you can do it.
It's indeed possible.
It definitely is. It definitely is. And I think that's, listen, woo-wee, we trying to be perfect. We want it to be perfect. We want the book cover to be perfect. I showed them the cover of I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, because I have 2 copies. I have both covers from Dr. Mike. I'm one of those fans. I'm one of those fans. And I always said that, one of the things that I missed out on was being able to meet Dr. Maya Angelou before she passed away. I will never miss out on that opportunity ever again. So someone else that I want to meet, I'm going to meet them.
That's right.
If I got to stalk them while they on tour, I'm going to meet them. I'm going to meet them. I know I just missed the opportunity with the Obamas and Common in Chicago,
wow.
But I didn't find out about it until late. Oh, but I know now. Oh, but I know now.
I know, so, that's right.
People think that, the cover has to be perfect. And I said, look, it's the same book. It has 2 separate covers. It's even 2 separate sizes. But the reality is guess what? It didn't have to be perfect for it to make an impact. It didn't. It did not have to be perfect. And we get, we're like, but we get nervous and scared. Beyonce did something completely different with the Lemonade album. And I posted a video. She talks about how she was nervous. She was freaking out because it was something that was unheard of. It was something that had never been done before. And she was just like, what are people going to think? Are my fans, are they really going to buy it? Are they not going to buy it? Guess what? When you start building up that tribe, which is one of my one of my favorite books, but a good book to read. If you're building up your tribe, they'll let you know if they don't like it. That's all right. But more times than not, they're waiting for you to put something out.
Yep, yeah, they rock with you. And that's the thing about the it factor. They don't care what you put out. Those who are custom design assigned to you, they are custom design assigned to you. So, and that's why I believe in being magnetic. I always tell people, just like a magnet, my marketing is set to attract the people who want to be with me and repel the ones who don't. Because my marketing, my life, all of it now is set towards that. And I think that's the thing. Like, you've got to be so keen and so confident and so courageous that you do that, because it doesn't, like, as a publicist, I can tell you that gone are the days of the perfect marketing. That's not what we do now. Live stream has told you that. Reality TV has told you that. Nobody wants to follow perfect people. That's some commercialized stuff, and the only thing that's perfect is Photoshop. So unless you're gonna be, it's kind of like, this is showing my age. I told you I was 39, but is it real or is it Memorex? Remember that?
Oh my goodness, yes.
It's like, is it? And I want to be real. I don't want to be Memorex. So it's truly about that. It's truly about saying, this is who I am. This is how I'm showing up. If you put me, Stevie, in a room with a DJ, any room I'm in, even when I was at Sherwood's Playtime is Over, even when I was in my own room, I'm going to be getting my dance on. I don't care if nobody else is going to be dancing, but Stevie is. That's real. That's me sitting there and sitting still. That's a Memorex. So is it real or is it Memorex? What are you going to be? It doesn't matter what the pages of the book look like. It matters the message. And that's what's wrong with people. They get so caught up in what something looks like instead of what something is. What about the substance? And I'm done. I'm done preaching, y'all. I'm done.
She said, I'm done. I'm done. Pass the collection plate. I'm done. Stevie, it has been amazing talking to you. And guys, if you're catching this, this is part 2. Facebook has, for the last 2 days, been kicking me out of broadcast. I don't know what I've been doing wrong, but it don't like me all the time. But that's all right, because we were able to come back and finish out strong. And so, Stevie, tell them where they can find you, as well as what you have coming up down the pipeline.
Awesome sauce. So thank you, my sister Altovise. Anytime I see a unicorn, y'all, I send it to her. I love the brand. I'm like, here's a unicorn. Here. I'm tagging her and everything. I love me some Altovise. So thank you for allowing me the opportunity to be here. I, again, am Stevie Aisha Mills. I help women find the courage and confidence to sign the permission slips to their ideal lives. And I can be found all over social media. I can be found at stevie.com and anywhere else to be. She knows how to get me. We stay connected. So all you have to do is to know how to spell my first name, Stevii, not I-E, not one I. And you can find me anywhere. Down the pipeline, I'm excited because in 2018, I'm going to be working with 12 women in the Living the Life I Love program. 12 women who I'm going to pour into everything that I've learned, everything that I know. And that will be something, so y'all stay tuned for that. Also, you will find me having this blast of a 40th birthday party, honey. It's going to be one that they're going to talk about because it's going to be so much fun. It might be in Maryland. I'm trying to figure it out. But, yeah, so I'll be doing that. And, of course, I'll be on The Conversation with Stevie on iHeart. And I have some, amazing news coming out that you'll see my face a lot more on the screen. So definitely want you to stay connected so you can get the latest, the greatest news of what else happens. So, yes. And, that conference that Altovise is doing, going to see about bringing it to the Nook, Roanoke, Virginia, so we can get that done. So anywhere somebody needs to be empowered, inspired, educated, and motivated, that's where you'll find me.
That's it. I love it. So guys, thank you guys for joining. You know that Speak Easy podcast is basically coming to you and giving you that behind the scenes of what it is to be a speaker or an author. I loved this chat today with Miss Stevii Aisha Mills. And again, if you're catching this via the replay on YouTube, her information will be in the description box. If you're catching this via the replay on Facebook, her information will be in the comments so you can connect with her and learn more about who Miss Stevii Aisha Mills is. And I am your host, Altovise Pelzer, the voice coach, not a voice coach, but the voice coach, professional speaker, certified life coach, and Amazon bestselling author. And you too can be on this platform by going to bit.ly/Speakeasy Podcast, all lowercase. And I love it because Darlene is in the comments. And Darlene, I will be interviewing her tomorrow afternoon. So you'll hear more about Darlene and everything that she is doing down in Atlanta. I get to see her in December and give her big hugs. Just a little less than a month. Super excited about that as well. So I love you guys. I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, make sure you're sharing out the broadcast and don't forget to press it out. See ya.